Hey, 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 it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. So, this is just going to be a quick update in regards to my findings on this investigator who claims that she was not hired by Jay-Z or any of his associates, but somehow took it upon herself to investigate and submit information. I have never in my life heard of a private investigator who has not been hired by the plaintiff nor the plaintiff's attorney or the defendant or the defendant's attorney and just submits a declaration. It does not make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Let's hop into what I found. Now, the first thing I want us to kind of go through is everything that has been submitted since Jane Doe had voluntarily dismissed her um, her case against Sean Combs and Sean Carter. On March 3rd at 6:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sean Carter filed a lawsuit against Jane Doe and Tony Busby. Paragraph 6 reads, Doe has now voluntarily admitted directly to representatives of Mr. Carter that the story brought before the world in court and on global television was just that, a false, malicious story. She has admitted that Mr. Carter did not assault her and that indeed it was Busby himself whom she met for the first time at a coffee shop in Houston on the day of her maliciously false NBC News interview, who pushed her to go forward with the false narrative of the assault by Mr. Carter in order to leverage a maximum payday. I want y'all to pay attention to the first line of this paragraph. It states again, Doe has now voluntarily admitted directly to representatives of Mr. Carter. Right? Let's go into Jane Doe's declaration. 50 minutes later, after Jay-Z filed his lawsuit in Alabama, Jane Doe submits her declaration in support of Tony Busby's motion to strike parts of the amended complaint filed by Jay-Z. In her declaration, she stated that on Friday, February 21st, 2025, she was approached at her home by two individuals, a woman and a large man. They cornered me on my front porch and told me that they are investigators working with an attorney on behalf of Jay-Z. They asked me if I would be willing to sign an affidavit stating that my claims in the New York action were false. I refused. They also asked me if Mr. Busby sought me out as a client and whether Mr. Busby offered to pay me to pursue a false claim against Jay-Z. I told that neither of those things ever happened, and I asked them to leave me alone. I felt intimidated and terrified at being confronted by these two individuals on my doorstep, and they knew my name and home address despite me being anonymous in a New York action. So, she stated on Friday, February 21st, that she was approached at her home. And what did they tell her? They said, and told me they are the investigators working with an attorney on behalf of Jay-Z. Now, this is her declaration that she submitted to support Tony Busby's motion to strike Jay-Z's amended complaint. Now, this is Jay-Z's lawsuit that he filed in Alabama, where he stated that Doe admitted to the representatives of Carter. This is his lawsuit. All right. Then we get to today, and a declaration of Charlotte Henderson was submitted. And listen to what Charlotte said. Charlotte said, I make this declaration in support of plaintiff ex parte application in connection with defendant's special motion to strike. Unless otherwise noted, I have personal knowledge of the facts stated herein, and if called upon to testify, I could and would competently testify thereto. I am a licensed private investigator. I was not hired by plaintiff or plaintiff's attorneys to perform the investigation I describe in this declaration. I repeat, I was not hired by plaintiff or plaintiff's attorneys to perform the investigation. And then she goes on to, say on the same day that Jane Doe said that she met them. But here in this declaration, you state yourself that they didn't hire you, but yet in his petition that he filed in Alabama, it said that you are a representative of Mr. Carter's. In Jane Doe's declaration that she submitted to a court in California, she said that you said that y'all were working with an attorney on behalf of Jay-Z. Can we please make this make sense? Anybody? This has got to make sense. Let's go over to see who this lady is. I was very shocked to pull her stuff up. She's a paralegal and a private investigator. One thing I know, she should know better. I pray to the good Lord that she's not doing any malicious anything. She is a certified paralegal, an investigator. She's licensed and bonded, according to her LinkedIn profile. I even went to go check the private investigator, and this is her information. So she is a PI. Her status is active. Her license expired October 1st, 2026. This is CLH Investigations, and this is what they do. Now, she uses this profile pic on her Facebook as well. I did a little bit of research. She's in her 60s, but this is the private investigator. She has good reviews and everything. So she's saying that she was not hired by Jay-Z or any of his associates, but in a pleading, it's a petition to start a lawsuit in a federal court of Alabama. In paragraph 6, it states that Jane Doe told representatives, you are that representative that spoke with Jane Doe. I don't get this. Somebody needs to explain something to me, because it is not making sense at all. Miss Charlotte stated she was not hired, but a petition that's filed by Jay-Z says that representatives spoke with Jane Doe. Jane Doe confirmed an investigator spoke with her. You confirmed you spoke with Jane Doe. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Leave your comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, you all be blessed, and I'm out. Bye.